Welcome to Track Trav. I'm Trav, and this is the first review of Earth Final Conflict, or more accurately, Gene Roddenberry's Earth Final Conflict. It's a show that was started in 1997. It was a story or a script or a series premise that Gene Roddenberry created before he died, and it was produced by Majel Roddenberry for a cable channel. It has 1 million producers on the end. Before we start, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. These reviews will be weekly on Sundays, just while the Star Trek content isn't going, and then they'll be both at the same time. So let's get into it. So the first episode is called Decision. It has a character called William Boone, who is protecting these aliens that have come to Earth prior to the series and have helped stop hunger, stop disease. They have come under the guise of peace. Boone is a police officer who is at a security at the event where one of the aliens is speaking. The Companions is what they're called. And we are introduced to Boone as just being hardline. He wants more security. He wants to do things his way. And he gets a bit of pullback from a character called Sandoval. Sandoval is very important to the story, but Sandoval assures him that everything is going fine. Boone doesn't agree. Da'an is up there talking about all she wants to achieve, or they want to achieve. They are a non-binary species, and they look pretty cool. Like they're really androgynous looking. The actress who plays them looks a bit sort of otherworldly, and once you add the makeup, it's amazing. Like, it looks really, really good. Their head sort of goes transparent sometimes because they're sort of pure energy, but I don't know. It's a weirdly good thing. We have the opening title sequence, which is bloody amazing. I love the theme song. I love the weird and wacky sci-fi theme songs that came out in the late 90s, early 2000s, like Farscape. Just odd ones. We basically got the event being that Jonathan Dawes, who is a billionaire, is talking about his new business proposition with the Companions, and he is assassinated. We see the assailant setting up the gun. Boone racing to the location because he sees a reflection in the window, finds out that it's his friend Eddie, who just runs off the distance, and Boone holds that in. So Boone is approached afterwards by Da'an and Sandoval, asking him to be a part of the Companions, or part of the Companions, and help them to achieve their goals. He declines. He wants to start a family. He's got his wife. He wants to stay. He wants to stay where he is. He doesn't want to move anywhere. Then he talks to his wife, and his wife is actually genuinely excited for him to get that opportunity and wonders why he doesn't trust them. And he talks about how he doesn't understand their motives. It doesn't make sense that they would just come here to do good. There has to be a reason. And that skepticism plays out throughout the episode. Then his wife leaves after a kiss, and they stop arguing, and promptly gets blown up in a car by an unknown assailant with a goatee, who looks like Eddie, so it's a little bit confusing later on. It gets blown up that night. 2 days later, Boone gets called back to the Companions and asked if he wants to join. And the Companion sort of quotes, sort of says similar things to his wife, why she wants him there. He says, "I'll do it my way. That's the only way I want it." And then we find out, or one of the stipulations from this is they have to have a CVI put in their brain. So they use 30% of their brain, and they want to use more. And the CVI also, as we learn, compels them to help the Companions and make them their focus. Boone is then taken by a woman named Lily. Lily is a pilot for the Companions, but we soon find out she is actually working for a resistance, and she offers him the opportunity to come and talk to them because about the skepticism. And we find out that Jonathan Dawes is not dead. He faked his own death with the help of a doctor, Majel Barrett herself, in the series. And she's a guest star, but I'm pretty sure she shows up throughout the series. And Dawes talks about how he doesn't trust them. There's something going on. And Boone is just a bit like, I don't trust either of you, but I need to know what happens. Dawes tells him the companions killed his wife. Now, the episode is played where Da'an, you kind of get the feeling Da'an, the companion, the alien, kind of knows about his wife, or at least something going on. But at the same time, Dawes and all these guys seem a bit weird as well. And we're given him sort of going, okay, I want to find out who killed my wife. I'm going to have to join the companions to do that. And they offer him the CVI. So the doctor also works for the companions. The CVI that they implant in the brain, one without the compulsion to help the companions. He agrees, and we go through an operation where they stick a thing in his neck and it just looks painful. And he gives the signal that he's okay. Then we get sort of the explanation at the end of, I don't trust anyone. What is Dawes' motivations? What is the companions' motivations? It doesn't make sense to him. So the big thing for this season is Boone wants to find out who killed his wife. He's working for the companions. He's working for this resistance cell. Lily at the end also becomes his sort of sidekick. Sidekick? I want to say companion. They're partners. And she basically says, look, he questions her loyalty. She goes, don't question it. If you knew me, you would never question what I say. I am dedicated to the cause and I want to know as well. And Boone goes, I'd love to know that. Now what we get, and that's a basic synopsis. I may have missed things. It's tricky getting back into the mode of retelling the episode because a lot of people haven't seen Earth Final Conflict. It's not one of those shows. Andromeda, which is another show by Gene Roddenberry, was much more popular among Trek fans because it was essentially Star Trek just with a different premise. It also had Kevin Sorbo in it. This show doesn't really have the budget of Andromeda. It has some really good characters. I love Lily. I like Boone. I love Da'an and I love Sandoval. Their 4 central characters in this season are brilliant. It gives off a very X-Files cross Star Trek vibe. Like they're obviously 2 agents, they're investigating things and they're helping to further the companions' mission on Earth. And it's given that vibe. The acting's not superb. It's a low budget production. We get shown, and some of the cool things I really liked back in '97, I still think are cool. The ships that they use go transdimensional. They control everything by movements of hands. And if you've ever watched my videos, I'll do anything with my hands. They're just everywhere flailing about. So they control the ship with their hands. They go interdimensional. They also have a gun on their hand, well, not a gun, a creature that attaches to their arm, which is controlled by the CVI, which is a weapon on their arm. It launches some sort of energy beam, which is really cool. I really like that. I love the setting, which is the early 21st century, I'm gathering. It's very clearly the 90s. And I love the mystery of it all. Who killed Boone's wife? Why are the aliens here? That's your 2. You've got your heart and then your plot. And it's a really good pilot. It's a really good episode. In that it shows you all the tension. The episode ends on him obviously in that position. The rest of the series is going to be showing that off. And it does very much give X-Files vibes. It very much gives Gene Roddenberry vibes. There's a lot of messages. The companions have come to help humanity reach a place without destroying themselves. In fact, it was sort of around this time. Earth Final Conflict came out, I think either just before First Contact or around the same time. And I remember thinking it would have been brilliant if they used Earth Final Conflict as the humanity's first interactions with aliens in Star Trek. It's set up that way. It feels very Star Trek. The message is very sort of hope and positivity about the future with conspiracy in it. But they obviously went the way of the Vulcans, which in Star Trek makes sense. But the companions would have been a great addition. And I thought that, I even think that now. I think in terms of who the humans met first, I think the companions would have been much more compelling than just them meeting the Vulcans. It seemed very standard. But yeah, it was a really good show. It went from 97 to 2001. It had 5 seasons. I have all 5 seasons. So if you like this review, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share it around. Earth Final Conflict isn't heard of very much. And be sure to check back every Sunday for Earth Final Conflict reviews. I'm Trek Trav. Have a good day, night, or wherever the hell you are. Just enjoy.